this video, I'm going to be building a homemade slingshot. Okay, so I'm going to be walking around in this woodsy area, and I'm going to see if I can find some sort of Y branch, which is basically a stick that forms like a Y shape. Well, I was deep in the woods there, and that's where I found this branch, but I came out here to record this because I was getting swarmed by mosquitoes. And I have two options here. I could either cut it here, which looks like the safer option because it's stronger, and cut it down here too for a handle, or I could do this part. So this was the slingshot I was possibly going to use, but I cut out the thicker part and I made this with the cutters. And the next step is going to be to drill the holes and add a string. So the next step is I'm going to build some string with rubber bands. So I was thinking something that can stretch, so that way when I release it, the arrow can fly instead of having a string, which probably won't do much for distance. And yeah, so I'm gonna tie some of these rubber bands together so that way I have a nice strong string. So I tied a knot to hold these two rubber bands together, and the next step that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wrap more rubber band around it so that way it's thicker and can hold more weight. So I have the string made. I did a lot off camera. I tied a bunch of knots to keep the string staying on, and it works. It does its job, but it just doesn't look super pretty. The good thing is that this arrow fits in it, so it will work. Now I'm going to test what we have so far outside. Okay, so I have my setup, and I'm just going to do one shot and see how it is so far. I still have to drill it in the string, and but I just want to see how it is just for right now. So the next step will be attaching this string to this slingshot. So I'm gonna have to cut this rubber band and then put it through the holes and then tie a knot on the other side so it can't escape. And I can set the tightness there. So now I have my slingshot and I'm going to try shooting it outside. I also added this wire right here because I have an arrow, and it'll be nice because I can just rest that arrow on the wire, so that way it's a little bit more accurate. So to start off, I have the target probably about 10 yards away, and I'm going to start off close and keep going back a little bit because I've never really shot a slingshot before, and this one's homemade, so I don't really know what's going to happen. And to give you guys an idea of how powerful this thing actually is, I'm going to shoot an arrow as far as I can over there. And now just for fun, I'm going to take a few shots with my real slingshot so I can get dialed in with this one. Hi everybody, I'm here with today's Bible verse. It's from Romans 5:8. It says, "But God shows his love for us that while we are still sinners, Christ died for us." What this means to me is that even though we're sinners, God still paid the price for us on the cross, so that means we're forgiven.